Hi everybody, I am here for an excerpt vlog, and today I'm reading from Zombie Queen of Newbury High by Amanda Ashby, and I'm basically going to start somewhere. Uh, I think on page 54, toward the end of it. Since the book has come out, I can tell you this. But it's basically around the end of chapter 5. And right now, Mia has already um, cast the love spell that actually turns out to be a zombie spell. And, um, the zombie hunter hottie Chase, as it says on the back of the summary, um, is telling her, like what's going on with all of it. And so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Just give me 5 minutes so I can show you something. Do we really have to do this again? Please, Mia, I just need 5 minutes, he said desperately in a low voice, cautiously glancing around him. Okay, fine. She let out a sigh before turning back to Candace. Look, I've got to talk to Chase about her biology, but I'll see you in class. Save me a seat? Not so fast, Candace narrowed her eyes. I want to know what's going on between you and... Oh, is that a steak sub I can smell? You guys go ahead, I'm just going to the cafeteria to see what's for lunch. Candace trotted off in the other direction. Okay, that was odd. Candace really had to slow down with the vitamin supplements because they were obviously wreaking havoc on her hormones. Well, she folded her arms once Candace had gone. Actually, I don't think the hallway is the best place to talk about it. Let's go in here. Chase headed toward an empty classroom, and Mia rolled her eyes and reluctantly followed him. Once they were inside, he locked the door and pulled his laptop out of his backpack. Okay, so what's this all about? She demanded as she watched him bite into his full bottom lip in concentration. In a nutshell, the zombie virus you released has moved into the second stage, which means it is no longer reversible, and by lunchtime on Thursday it will become fully active. Ugh, okay, that's enough. Mia held up her hands. Look, I know I humored you yesterday, but that was because I was preoccupied about Rob. The thing is, you can't keep talking about zombies as if they're real. I mean, seriously, how can you expect me to believe that every single student and teacher, Chase interjected, fine, that every single student and teacher who was at the senior assembly will turn into a zombie come 12 o'clock Thursday? It's ridiculous. Look, he took a controlled breath and seemed to clench his jaw. I know this is a lot to take in, and I know you don't want to believe me, but it's true. Would it help if I gave you some proof? What, like eating my brains or something? No thanks, she retorted before frowning. And anyway, you were at the senior assembly. I saw you standing at the back, rolling your eyes while Rob gave a speech for being football player of the year, which, by the way, was very rude of you. Chase didn't look remotely apologetic as he shrugged. Yes, you're right, I was there. So if I really did turn everyone into zombies, then why aren't you trying to eat me? She demanded as Chase ran a frustrated hand through his short hair. Ha, try and answer that, crazy boy. I explained how the virus works. Right now, everyone is only in stage 2. They don't start eating flesh until they hit stage 4. As for me, I'm immune to the virus in any form. Oh, well, isn't that handy, she replied. Actually, he tightened his jaw and Mia blinked in surprise. If she didn't know better, she would almost say that he was mad. Convenient is the last thing I would call it. I've got a mutant gene, which we think came down through my mom's side. It means that while I can still be killed by a zombie, I can't be infected with the virus, no matter how it is transmitted. Nor can I carry it. Unfortunately, less than 1% of the population has the gene, and scientists haven't worked out a way to transfer it to anyone else yet. And me, am I going to turn into a zombie? No. Chase shook his head. You were the one who did the incantation, which makes you immune too. Fine. So I turned everyone into zombies except for you and me, which means you can't prove it. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to class. Mia, he gently grabbed her arm just as she headed for the door and pointed to the laptop. If you want proof, come and take a look at this. It's an outbreak that we contained last month. Mia stared at the screen and let out a long groan. Chase, this isn't proof, it's a YouTube clip. That's right. Some idiot filmed us while we were trying to fight. We keep shutting these things down, but someone keeps posting them again. Still, at least I can show you what a zombie looks like. You don't expect me to believe that this video is... Gross, what is that girl doing? He leaned in closer to the screen and Mia tried to ignore the way his shoulder brushed hers. For a psycho, he sure smelled nice. That's what happens when the virus reaches stage 4 and the person becomes a zombie. The heart is effectively killed and the body is controlled by muscle spasms, which is what makes them walk funny. I'm not talking about the walk. It looks like Blondie there is eating someone's arm. Mia pulled a face. Whoever had made this thing was a total sicko, but brilliant with special effects. Yes, that's what zombies tend to do. Eat flesh. Though not brains. That's just an urban myth. He waited until the video had finished before playing another one. This one was equally bad, and Mia felt her eyes widen as she watched a group of 10 so-called zombies attack some sales clerks at a mall. Those guys could really scream, and they sure must have blown their budget on ketchup. Then she caught sight of Chase and a few other men suddenly come in and drag the zombies away. Okay, so this was starting to creep her out a little, and Mia shuddered as she saw a link to another clip. What's that one? She pointed, but Chase just covered the keyboard with his hand. You don't need to see that one. That's right, because you know it's not going to change my mind about this. I mean, yes, I admit that my spell might have done something, but whatever it was, it's all good. I've been nominated for prom queen, and you should see all the booty I've got in my locker. They love me. Rob loves me. It's a win-win. No, Chase sighed as he looked at her sadly. I'm afraid that's not the reason they're being so nice to you. Oh, really? She bristled. I might not be the most popular girl at the school, but it's not like everyone hates me either. Well, apart from Samantha Griffin, of course. But the point is, why would you think it more likely that they are zombies than that they just like me? Because I've seen it happen before. He clenched his fists into two tight balls. The reason you've become the focus of everyone's attention is because they want to fatten you up. Excuse me? Mia's hand automatically flew to her stomach as she tried to remember when she had last done some crunches. She had a prom dress to fit into yet, and 3 days of misery eating to combat. I'm not sure I follow. Mia, you unleashed the zombie virus, and that makes you the queen. Great, so I'm queen of the zombies. What does that even mean? Will I be able to command them all in their zombie quest to take over the world? Not exactly. He hit play on the final YouTube clip, and she watched hundreds of slow-moving freaks rip a middle-aged woman apart, limb by blood-soaked limb. I'm sorry, Mia. Being a queen isn't a good thing. It just makes you first up on the menu. So that's the end of that, and up next is going to be Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan that I'll be reading from, another short excerpt, and so I hope you guys enjoy that. Okay, so I'll see you guys for that one. Bye.